Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back. Ad astra per aspera. It's the motto for both the state of Kansas and NASA. Two places this week's veteran holds dear.
KSN's Hannah Adamson and photojournalist Nick Kiefer introduce us to a man who helped man land on the moon.
A gifted student, Harvey Nero was just 20 years old when he graduated from Southern University. With his new bachelor's degree in industrial technology, he started working for Boeing. The project he was assigned to quickly proving to be out of this world.
I worked as a technician, testing a lot of the components and systems that would find their way onto the spacecraft.
In 1964, Harvey Nero was assigned to NASA's Apollo space program.
Boeing had just started their operation down in New Orleans. They were building this first stage of the booster stage of the Saturn program. When I saw the labs over there, and they had a lot of electronic stuff going on there, so I decided that was kind of the career I kind of wanted to follow.
Working with a team of 15 in conjunction with several other departments, Nero specifically tested systems for the Saturn launch vehicles.
That was some of the most exciting work I've had, really, because it was nothing held back. You know, they kind of wanted to beat Russia to the moon, you know.
Because of his involvement with NASA, Nero received at least 2 draft deferments during Vietnam. But in 1968, 4 years after he started working for the Apollo space program.
When I got about 25 years old, I guess they decided, well, we better get him on in there, otherwise he's going to, you know, because 26 was usually the kind of cutoff date.
After basic training, Nero would be stationed at the U.S. Army Electronics Proving Grounds in Fort Huachuca, Arizona, using his electrical engineering expertise to test military aircraft.
I worked alongside civilian people testing a lot of the surveillance and audiovisual equipment that was going on to the airplanes that they were using over in Vietnam.
Nero says he tested equipment primarily for the Mohawk, a twin turboprop observation and attack aircraft, all while helping the best of the best.
I ended up being sent to Texas Instruments. They were one of the leaders in that field at the time. So I spent several months TDY.
Then, on July 20th, 1969, Nero would watch with the rest of the world the moment he and his former colleagues had worked so hard to achieve become a reality.
Had about 30 seconds of fuel to spare when they announced the Eagle has landed. Wow. Almost 7 hours later, Armstrong exited the lander and set foot on the moon's surface. You felt pretty good about that whole thing there. Yeah, the whole episode.
After 2 years in the Army, Nero would go back to Boeing, the veteran who played a part in that one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Oh, it was quite fascinating, the fact that to have a job, like that was pretty outstanding.
Nero would go on to receive his master's degree in electrical engineering from WSU. He would go on to work for the FAA as an aerospace engineer and an engineering program manager. He retired after 20 years in 2011. Here for you, Hannah Adamson, KSN News 3.
The Devon James Injury Lawyer is here with our Veteran of the Week and that Specialist 5 Harvey Nero, who served our country in the United States Army and also in Vietnam. On behalf of all of Kansas, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.